Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, well, let me just say, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand finals, the grand finals of the Bleed Out tournament. We are joined tonight by the one and only Mr. Kissme. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty well myself. Really excited to see the final match of the Bleed Out tournament here. So much money on the line for both of these teams, man. Oh man, I can't wait for this.
Indeed, over $2,000 going to the victor here. This is pretty much the bracket reset that we are witnessing as we saw Serenity, spoiler alert, beat out HCP last weekend on Dead Before Dawn. So this will be the final matchup as the brackets have obviously been reset in that regard. And now it is pretty much a do or die in this final matchup. Home and away will be the match of contention, or the format, I should say, of contention, along with the map of Hard Rain chosen by Team HCP. And actually, we didn't even mention the teams. It's going to be healthcare professionals hailing from the NA scene going up against Team Serenity of Europe, and no specific region, I do believe. They even have somebody from Spain. I think that's Jota. But regardless, it should be a pretty good game, as we've seen in the previous matchups between these two teams. And I'm excited. I want to see a hell of a game.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, everyone was surprised to see the upper bracket finals go in favor of healthcare professionals already, and then Serenity just taking them out on Dead Before Dawn that next week just really shook things up. But this is HCP's pick. We'll have to see if they can do things on Hard Rain right here.
Indeed. And let me see if I can find a admin of sorts. Hold on.
Yeah, let's see. A quick roster rundown for us right now. Serenity is going to be running MC, Miro, Salty, Dan himself, and Thug Life, whereas HCP has got Dusty, Bravo, Purple, and Super today. So this looks like a strong lineup from both teams. I guess Jota is not here for Serenity?
I believe so. They did actually switch them out. So one's going to be Miro, Salty, MC, and then Thug Life. So yeah, Hota's actually going to be sitting out. That's I'm upset about that personally. Hota's probably my favorite player from Serenity. He seems like a pretty good guy, and he's quite the comedian, I should say. So I am definitely looking forward to this, and let's see what ends up happening as these two teams almost get ready to face off here. I mean, there's actually only one more person looking to ready up here. That's going to be Miro. Of Team Serenity, and then we will be going live here on Hard Rain. And
definitely so. US server first right now. So we should be seeing HCP trying to get as many points as possible on these Survivor rounds right here. This is their map, their server. Gonna have some strong play. And you know what? Like the previous week for Dead Before Dawn, I have most of HCP on my friends list, and Supra and Purple were both playing plenty of Overwatch that week. You know, just every day Super would be on, we'd get some games in at night, and this week, haven't seen Super on Overwatch at all, so I think they've been getting a lot of practice in on Alfred 2, at least that's what I've been hearing, so probably going to have a much better showing from them this week.
Yeah, definitely looks like the admins are starting to take care of the spectators, so we should be almost ready to go live here. I believe they were just waiting on the specs to be cleaned up here a little bit. And then, yeah, obviously after this server, we'll be hopping over to Serenity's home game, which will be over on a European server. Obviously, I believe we're looking at a France one. So we'll see how it actually fares here for both these teams. And I am actually really starting to get excited here. Once again, over $2,100 is the prize pool here for the #1 team who ends up coming out of this game the victor. So you don't want to give that up.
That's like the biggest prize pool we've had in this game in the past, what, 3 years or so? Oh, and as they say that we are going live, countdown has started. Serenity going to be taking Survivor first on their away server right now. Here we go. Gonna take that rooftop real quick. Hit coming in nice and early. Jockey getting melted right there. Charger gonna whip, but they get that pounce and get a little bit of spit on top of it. That's 23 damage coming off the board right away.
Yeah, actually pretty nicely done there. Kind of dogpiling on top of MC, but fortunately he was able to actually sidestep that charger, negating that chance of that possible death charge. And yeah, we will see Team Serenity once again pushing their way very quickly through the map here and making their way up over the little bit of a choke point here by the camper. And Tank will be up at 76% of the way through the map, which is currently spawned up here. She's in the middle of the playground up ahead, kind of right outside of the sandbox. I don't even know if that's a sandbox. That looks more like gravel, or is it just me?
Yeah, it really does look like gravel.
How's that safe?
Grass growing through it, kind of outdated there. But Serenity took that last choke pretty much for free, and this charger is still chipped. Here comes the witch pull. Gonna be an easy draw crown, but look at this separation pull onto the side. Gets cleared though. Charger not gonna have anything on it. They do get that double boom. but pretty much everything else getting shut down there. Nice moves by Serenity.
Indeed, and another interesting statistic is that we've actually seen Team Serenity lose to Team HCP on the actual normal maps that we've seen played between these two roster lineups. But then on the opposite of that, obviously, they've managed to beat out HCP on all the custom maps so far that they've played. Once again, Dead Before Dawn, Pacifice, the 2 wins they've taken over HCP in this tournament thus far on those custom maps. And then HCP managed to beat out Serenity on, I want to say it wasn't, oh god, was it?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember what,
honest.
I can't remember what map it was.
Was it, it must have been whatever my team lost to Pub Stars on. I don't remember what that week was. Please, someone in the chat, help us.
Someone's got to know what map HCP beat Serenity on in the actual group stage. I want to say Hard Rain, but
we'll see. Here comes the next hit, though. Pause is ended. That pounce was going to land. Same with the pull on top of it. Oh, Charger looking for it right there, but the spit's going to be employed for the majority of that damage right there. Serenity still looking strong. 3 hits in.
It could have. No, Downpour was actually in the knockout stage, so it wasn't that. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I choose not to remember things. It makes it more exciting.
Regardless, we do have a Worm, and it will be for Team HCP. And yeah, obviously, handcuff here in the hands of Bravo. Do you want to kick it over to an HCP Worm or keep it here?
Let's go ahead and kick it over. Warm things up.
All right. And actually, we don't have a Worm on this stream, so you and I are going to keep casting. You get no break, Lisa.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're doing things a little different here.
We'll do it live. Nice one boom going in the back. The rest of the SI down now, though. That is going to be a last sack for the Boomer, which is going to give probably a tri-cap with this next set of spawns. That car on the roof going to slide off and not really be useful.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit behind the survivors, and it's going to be kind of out of play as well. He can kind of work his way towards it upon the commitment happening if he can force the survivor back towards it. But don't really see that being a very possible opportunity here, because they're going to just really juke around it. They're not going to back up right into it. Team Serenity all too wary of that. But Bravo going to go ahead and commit here now. Going to go ahead and drop down and look for probably a corner out onto Ellis as he's dropping around the house here. Starting to get pegged down by that shotgun Ellis stuff. And he makes his way over back towards the survivors, obviously, and that's not going to find anything so far. Looks for a punch on the coach. Whiffs, though. Bravo not finding anything so far. Down to 2,000 HP, 1,400. Hunter gets skipped. Jockey manages to land under her shell here, riding her around, gets that corner on the coach as a tank, and he's going to get at least a 1 in cap, I think. No, he actually almost had a quad punch there.
Wow. Almost getting that in cap onto coach.
And welcome back from that Worm as well, guys. So let's go ahead and keep it up here with this game and see what's happening here. Salty not even taking an in cap there from that tank, and that's got to be a little worrisome here for Team HCP, as they really need that tank to do a lot more than it already did.
Yeah, it took Bravo forever to find that corner, and when he finally did, it was not a fast corner. They did not get the in cap off of it. Coach managed to move around a whole lot, and Serenity still holding almost a 600 health bonus here on map 1 of their away server. I mean, there's going to be like 2 hits left in this map, right? And they've got a 2-2 right now. They're going to need to make something amazing happen if they want to cut down this health bonus. Otherwise, they're going to just have to perform superbly on Survivor side next round.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely well within the realm of possibility as well. I mean, we see a health bonus sitting at a 573 right now for Team Serenity. It looks like they're going to try and go as far as make their way into this house. Boomer gets popped very nicely there by Kocho. Hunter lands down to Coach on top of the sink. The spit does not spread on top of it, though, so that will keep Coach safe. Actually, he drops down into the spit. So Salty going to burn through the rest of his solid there. Won't do that much to the health bonus, I believe. But regardless, that will be a little bit of chip going out onto it, and they will be able to make their way down the final stretch towards the safe room. And yeah, this could end up being the last hit here, as the spawn timers are coming up now for Team HCP.
Yeah, definitely could be. And it looks like the survivors just found some extra pills. Going to pad their bonus a little bit with that. It's like an extra 10 points or so. But nice boomer pop right there. That's going to leave just 3 cappers for HCP. Jockey going to get up on that roof, getting chipped. Almost 100 HP as he does so, and there's going to be one final hit here. I don't know how this charger is going to spawn. There he goes for it. Nice punch. Charge going to get cleared, though. That pounce is going to land for just a split second of damage. Reloading. But wow, that was only like 30 bonus worth of damage, and Serenity walks in with a 516 bonus. Map 1 on their away server.
Indeed. So yeah, plus 900 health bonus there for Team Serenity. At least it wasn't over 1,000. So HCP got you a little bit happy about that. But yeah, normally around that 900 score is where we see teams of this caliber making the safe and with, as long as they take the tank, fairly well. So yeah, I mean, that tank was taken extraordinarily well for Team Serenity. So let's see what the second half holds in store for us as we just wait for Thug Life of Team Serenity to ready up, and then we'll be live here with the second half of the first map. I mean, based off what we've seen so far, do you see this being an even match right now for HCP on their home server?
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game. I mean, HCP, I don't think they landed more than one SI at a time on any of those hits, and there was not much spit follow-up on any of those caps either, so this is looking like Serenity are playing on point on this away game, and we'll have to see what happens. I mean, it could just be that on away server both teams will do really well, but here comes the opening hit right now. Jockey's going to land Charger, going to whiff right there, spit going to be employed, getting a few ticks on Bravo, and HCP get away with only 8 damage on this hit, less than half of what Serenity took on the opening hit last round.
Yeah, pretty damn well they're taken by Team HCP. They managed to kind of sidestep that charge at the moment that Jockey got clear off of Bravo, keeping him safe from that charge split. And yeah, so that will be a pretty much a plus there for them, taking that hit less than Serenity took. Or taking less damage from that hit. But Boomer spying up now, look for a boom here. Lands a double boom on 2 survivors. Coach dropping back very quickly behind that pickup truck. Hunter works his way in along with that smoker. Now they're looking for some sort of pin here. And tried to walk his way over the fence in the back. Gonna look for a charge on the Bravo, but instantaneously cleared. Hunter, Smoker both working together to land that punch out onto Ellis. And they will eventually grab that little bit of damage. But really, I mean, you look at the SI scores, it's ticked up to a total of 16 points in 2 hits. And now we see actually Ellis and Bravo make their way towards the Witch. And it looks like Dusty will beat him out here.
Yeah, a little different hit timing this round. Serenity managed to get their second hit in a little bit faster, but they get a free Witch off of that, and all of that Boomer Horde didn't really do much damage, so HCP still keeping it strong together. It looks like a lot's going to come down to how they perform on this tank fight.
Yeah, I mean, not even taking 1 in cap is a feat in of itself, so that was very well played by Serenity. If HCP can beat that out and get a 1-hit or 2-hitter tank, that's just an immaculate play. That would be really what they would need to actually come out on top here on this first round. And definitely in the next couple of halves from Team HCP, we're going to have to see that SI definitely pick up, because, again, this is their home server. They're expected to beat out Serenity here on their home server at least. So if they want to make that happen, definitely the SI is going to have to change for them.
Speaking of top-level play, though, look at this bait. This whole time, HCP just been baiting this out, and now they push to the right, juking out a lot of these spawns right here. That Boomer's going to get nothing. Jockey goes in early, gets shut down after a scratch. Charger looking for that quick charge. He gets the punch, maybe getting another punch. Some chip damage going out here and there, but wow. Interesting moves by HCP trying to juke out that hit. In the end, they take a fair bit of damage from that really staggered hit. But yeah, they move on.
Yeah, what happened was the Charger basically kind of blocked Nick inside the spit. Boomer proxied on him. He didn't eat the stumble, though, because he was in mid-jump when he actually did get popped on, or get it popped on him. And then obviously that Charger landed that single punch. So they basically more than doubled their SI damage so far in the round from that 1 hit. So that's going to be a little daunting there for your Team HCP. But now tank up in the hands of Miro. We have no Team Serenity Worm, so we're probably going to end up just keeping it here. But he's making quick work of making this hittable, or moving it, I should say.
Yeah, we'll see how he handles these hittables. Not getting great hits on it right now, but Bravo's tank ended up practically losing one of those hittables to a really bad throw. We'll have to see if hittables actually come into play on this commitment. They have a tri-cap sitting, waiting ready. Charger, Hunter, Jockey on that rooftop. There goes the car hit. Gonna go over the roof. That looks like a pretty good car, but it's stuck on the roof. He may be able to rock it down. Looks like he's gonna go for that Miro. Making moves with this tank. There goes the car. No.
What? Oh my god, what?
Is that perma-stuck? That's interesting, Miro.
It might just warp down.
Moving in, though. This might be a commit. What is he going for right now? Still not taking a huge amount of chip, less than 500. He hits the hittable, but it's way out of play. Miro taking a lot of damage for this play he's going for with the hittable right now. He is going to commit finally, though. Jumping around like crazy. There's no B-hops on this tank. What are you doing? But he is going to find... No! Whiffed punch! Managing to juke that punch is Bravo. Double cap happening really quickly, though. This rolling 2 cap is going to get some chip damage and enable the tank to get a good few punches. Pretty good damage spread overall coming out of that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as you mentioned, no B-hops are enabled on the server. He can still kind of land those hops, though, but he doesn't pick up any speed from it. It just kind of makes it a little bit harder to shoot him, if anything, I would say. But yeah, health bonus post-tank is going to be a 597. Pretty much identical to what we saw Team Serenity actually make it out of this tank with on their previous half. So to say these teams are virtually taught on this server is probably an understatement, but they do find a set of pills up in that house, and Nick will go ahead and pass them along to his teammates, that being Bravo, having a keen eye out for those pills. And yeah, they're going to go ahead and continue up towards the alleyway, and they really only have 2 hits left. Well, I mean, obviously that's barring if they take a detrimental hit or something of that nature. That's something on the bingo sheet, I'm pretty sure.
This is really mirrored too. I think HCP had the exact same SI setup right after this tank, the same area, 2-2 setup. Hunter, Smoker, here comes the boom. Actually managed to land on Bravo over there. Smoker looking for it from the front, not going to find it onto Ellis. HCP backing out, happy to play the long bait game here.
Yeah, I mean, they're not in a rush or anything by any means. I mean, Dusty's the only real big player bleeding out right now, but he's so high up on HP, and you don't lose health bonus for bleeding out.
Yeah, that's one of the big differences with Ace Mod. It's like you don't have to worry about bleed as long as you can avoid SI damage. Speaking of which, that pounce is going to land, get a little bit of spit damage on top of that, but it only ticks down about 10 HP. But look at this jockey actually managing to get Coach outside in the back. The tick damage just left and right here. HCP still up on this map, but only by about 50 points.
Indeed, and they might actually be able to make it to the safe room with only 2 spawns up if they do move quick enough. Both Mirror and Salty at 5 plus spawn time seconds left. And Charger going to rocket in there, look for a charge, kind of clips the edge of the truck though, going to go ahead and mess up his rocket spawn. Hunter making his way out though, back to the rooftop. The Stars though, wasting no time trying to make their way in the safe room. They do bait it. Coach runs himself into the safe room, closes the door, but it is closed. Hunter will not be able to get to him. And with the Spitter and Hunter, the Spitter's already spat, there's really nothing for these SI to do here. This Hunter looking for a last second DP, maybe out on a Dusty. Misses the boom, Hunter falls down off the rooftop, and this Hunter's just getting chipped down, 90 HP left on it. Actually, no, 30 HP left on it. Hunter goes in, misses everything. Dusty gets pulled back out of the safe field. Nick jumps out, 1 shot clears that Smoker, and that will be the last attack finally demolished. And we will see HCP make its way into the safe from here, and they should still have the lead slightly. Yeah,
just slightly. Only about 35 points ahead right here, making it in with that 548 bonus on this opening map. It's going to be 948 to 916. And wow, I kind of wonder. I mean, this is obviously a high-level game with both teams making that safe room, even if it's the away server for Serenity. But you know, if you're HCP right now, that's probably not the opening you were looking for. They played so well on their survivor side, but they just couldn't get enough damage on Serenity in the even with Serenity's high ping. With HCP's infected side, they weren't really able to get a very large lead off of this, so I bet they're going to be trying to put up a lot more effort into getting their infected side up in these coming rounds.
Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, what we saw back a week ago on Dead Before Dawn, Dead Before Dawn, we have to see more wipes come of HCP. They have a really hard time, it seems, of shutting down the survivor of Serenity. And Serenity used to be very well known for their hardcore SI. They were just a very, very tight-knit team who landed some big hits. But now it seems like their survivor play has really just excelled past everything else. And really, the big brick wall when you face them is actually stopping them from making points. Because in a home and away situation, as long as you can make safe room on the away server as your survivor sides, I mean, you're in a pretty good shape. Then it just comes down to you hunting down the other team's health bonus on your SI. You don't have to look for the wipe, and it really cuts down the responsibility overall when you do switch over to your home server. But regardless, we're going live here with the second map, and we'll see Serenity over on the SI as they are in a bit of a deficit here, not by much. So once again, only 40 points, something around that nature, I think. I mean, they've already left the safe from those, so I would have to do subtraction. But I'm not going to do that, but we are live here nonetheless.
Subtraction, not an important part of casting. All about addition here. But yeah, HCP once again taking it slow, coming out of the safe room, as they should. Maybe some of these tank fights on the later maps will be a bit more giving to the lower ping players. We'll have to see this SI setup. Looking like, is this a 3-1 right now? I don't have my spec HUD. Yeah, we got Charger, Jockey, Spitter, Smoker. Here comes the pull to the front, gonna land on Ellis. Nice jock gonna land right there, but the Charger gonna completely whiff. Pull getting a repull right there, and a little bit of spit damage. That's actually a fair amount of damage for the opening hit. Almost 30 damage on the board, over 30 damage.
Yeah, I mean, definitely going off of what we saw, a lot of the SI whiffing their initial commitments, they were still able to make quite a bit of damage happen off of that. Once again, as you mentioned, around 40 damage. So nothing to scoff at, a lot of damage coming out from that hit. And yeah, so Team HEP got to hold themselves together a little bit better than that, because Serenity has shown that these pings really don't affect them all that much, and that they're able to just hold it together through and through. And we're going to see actually Rochelle make her way up top here, trying to block these upper spawns along with Nick here. Nick not as well versed in getting up here though, but Super does seem to give up, actually. So Rochelle will be the only one up here. That could be very bad, though, if a Hunter were to land on her, or if a Charger gets a bit of a separation charge. But Charger now drops in towards Rochelle, gets mowed down, though. That Jockey lashes on Dallas instantaneously, clear it off, and that Spitter gonna just look for some last second spit damage on Rochelle, does find it. But what a hit taken there by HTP. I mean, Bravo's still taking a lot of damage, though, from that death spit, actually.
Yeah, a surprising amount of damage. They cleared that Charger really quickly. That Boomer just managed to find a great boom on one of the players to add a bunch of commons into that. And Witch goes down. Dusty gonna take that crown in the front. But man, you know, I mean, Serenity, it feels like the only way the ping is affecting them right now is that they aren't landing Chargers. But Chargers get mowed down anyway in this level of play, so I don't know, it's that much of a handicap.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned this before in a lot of other games, but normally when a Charger spawns in this caliber of play, it's dead right away. I mean, that goes for really any caliber of play, though. As long as a Charger spawns, everyone focuses it. But it's something else when, you know, you have a team of this level of players that can literally just aim perfectly at a falling Charger or a rocket Charger or whatever it be, and just really destroy everything it is before it even hits the ground. And it's something completely different when you can shut down the SI before they even land on the ground to actually initiate their actual primary M1. But regardless, HCP making the way to the drop.
Indeed, they do take the drop right here. SI going to be coming in. Jockey flying in from front, mowed down. Smoker Pole going to be cleared quickly. Nice pop in that Boomer as well. That's pretty much a shutdown. Just a few ticks coming in from that Smoker right there. And HCP going to be making it through to start up the tank pretty quickly. Tank going to be put into the hands of Salty. We've got Dan with the Hard Rain 2 tank right here. Let's see how these survivors choose to play. It looks like they're going to be backing out. Pretty standard play. I think most people like to play it in this area right here with the larger number of silos, big open area. Sometimes you get some rotation a little bit, maybe after the tank takes a position, but good luck doing that without taking tons of chip. And here we go, first rock. Not going to find the curve right there. That's something else a little harder to do on high ping, but he's doing a good job taking no chip. We have Boomer, Hunter, Smoker up for the Infected right now. I don't know if this is a commit hit. I mean, if you can get a boom, that's probably one of the best ways to make this tank effective, but booms are always so risky. There goes Boomer, looking for the solo, just going to get popped right there. That's basically going to be the sack, and they're going to look for this tri-cap.
Yeah, they're going to look for that
to roll in with.
I would say, if anything, they probably want a Jockey. I mean, a Charger can be very, very good in this area, especially if you can land some sort of multi-charge. But at the same time, if you miss that charge, your Charger's out of the picture for like a 15, 20-second window, something of that nature, while his actual charge refills. But now Smoker will pull around Dallas, does find it. Tank gonna commit right on top of that, punches him back down the ramp, though, so that's a bit of a misplay. Hunter doing a few Kai pounces around the map here, looking for a bit of a DP spot. Not gonna find it. Immediately starts back up with the Kai pouncing, though. Jockey spawning up on top of the sugar mill where the stars are. SI coming in, though. One capper lands it, does get cleared off. Jockey now landing. That's a coach on the, or in cap on the coach in the corner. Rock coming out, though, not gonna land, and that tank gets absolutely gunned down after that one in cap. And I mean, if you're HCP, you got to be a little upset with that. Still Purple getting cornered, taking that one in cap. But it's much better than it could have been if those three cappers managed to land in sequence.
Yeah, that could have been really bad. That Smoker, the tank tried to take the Smoker's target quickly, so the Smoker would get the instant recharge on his tongue, but he didn't quite get it fast enough. So the Smoker had to wait like the full 6 seconds or whatever to recharge his tongue. Wasn't able to help out with those caps, but if he did, that could have been at least some sick 2 caps, if not managing the 3 cap right there. So overall, I'd say that's a pretty good job by Serenity to get that full in cap on the tank, as well as another punch and some good damage on top of it. HCP, though, still sitting with high bonus. I mean, nothing to shake a stick at here. Serenity's going to have to match this. They're sitting at a 764 right now. And, you know, just a few more hits in open areas left in this map. There's a nice charge. Solo gonna get the pounce in the back as well with the spit on that charge. That's a ton of damage. Dusty gonna take an in cap off of that. Yeah. Wow, that is not what I expected to see in this open area hit.
No, that's definitely nothing that I wanted to see either. Dusty going to lose the rest of his approximate 40 permanent health on that one hit. Obviously takes that full in cap, pops a set of pills, and that's going to really hurt the health bonus of this Jarvis. Dropping them down to a 618. The damage bonus is also opened up now, obviously, because Purple took that one in cap from that tank. And now Dusty even taking an in cap here on this hit. So now the damage bonus is wide open, down to 91% already. Jockey dropping down back along with the Hunter. Hunter getting blasted out of there by Coach. Jockey not able to make his way back upstairs, and he will get shot down as well. Only a Spitter and Smoker to stop the survivors from making the way to the 3rd floor here, and that's pretty much all but done at this point, I feel.
Yeah, definitely so. Really interesting going for that early hit right there, not waiting for some of these higher up areas where the smoker can be a little more effective. And it looks like smoker is going to go back and respawn. That's a free staircase for HCP.
Yeah, they gotta be really happy about that. That is something you don't normally see being given up to the Stars, but at the same time, you gotta look at what the SI had to work with. They had a 100 jockey smoker and a boomer, or not even a boomer, a spitter. So it's not exactly the best hit. If you don't have that charger, you're not really gonna get that all much of anything on that staircase. So obviously that is not what they wanted, so they just went with what they had. But here we go, Smoker Charger working their way towards Alice. Charger gets railed down yet again. Smoker's tongue getting blasted by Rochelle, keeping Alice safe from the side. And that's another hit completely decimated there by Team HCP. And it looks like they are starting to get into tune here with each other and taking these SI hits a little bit better than they have earlier in the map.
Yeah, I have to point out about this point, they are running quad shotguns right here, and that's pretty good to have in this area particularly. As those SI come in, you can just wait till they're in your face and left click blast them away, as we saw happen to that SI hit. I feel like Serenity is one of those European teams that started out doing a lot of Uzis, and maybe as Ace mod has gone on, they've picked up shotguns a lot more, but this is such classic American Left 4 Dead 2 play to have 4 shotguns on these maps. Like, no need for an Uzi. Tank's dead. What's an Uzi gonna do? We'll just shotgun everything.
Yeah, I remember when teams used to run 4 shotguns when it first started becoming like an actual strat, like the config allowed and whatnot. They used to get a lot of crap for it.
Absolutely.
I remember everyone saying that's so dumb because it's really hard to get in close to the Stars when they're running 4 shotguns on 4 players who can aim pretty well. It's definitely not as easy as it may seem. So regardless, though, we see HGP running exactly that, making their way through the sugarcane field here. Alice, the only man up on the pipe, the other 3 on the left side of the pipe here. You might be able to see on the screens, if I move slow enough, you might be able to see them just creeping their way through the field here. Not moving yet, just letting Alice clear out the comments so the other 3 can stay in a ghosted state and kind of take the spawns one by one and try to cut down on those number of spawns that they can work with on the SI side.
Yeah, good to note. Serenity only has a 2-2 setup right here. They're trying to make the most out of it. These early spawns spawning up and making noise, trying to scare HCP into maybe being a little too cautious, taking some extra bleed, maybe getting closer to slow or in-cap. But here comes Liz Charger, almost catching Dusty by surprise, but Dusty stops, baiting it out. Gonna get some friendly fire in there, but they do manage to get the skeet on that hunter. Boomer completely popped. Whoa, what's going on right here though? Dusty taking a couple punches from that Charger.
Indeed, so Dusty's going to drop that damage bonus down a little bit more. Obviously, he didn't eat that M1, though. That was a pretty good godsend on his part that he did not obviously eat that, or else I would probably know the in-cap going out to them. But the damage bonus does drop down to a 75 nonetheless. They'll walk in the safe with a 544 health bonus. That's pretty respectable for this map. And they will take an over 2K point total score so far after 2 maps.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely a good bonus to have on here. I feel like HCP is probably going to be kicking themselves a little bit because they had over 700 after that tank, and that extra 200 points of buffer in playing a 2-match format, home away format, is nothing to once again shake the proverbial stick upon. But yeah, I don't know. They could have had some extra points right there. It's still a good score, but they're going to need to get a lot of damage onto Serenity. Even if they have the high pings, that is still a pretty open area tank, and they're going to have to do some work getting some good caps or getting that quick corner on their tank to make this work, or they could just get some good SI damage. And here we go, Serenity starting off the Survivor round once again. They've got that spit with the Charger Jockey Smoker. Going to be going for the opening hit as the Survivors come out. It looks like they are sitting awfully close with these SI.
Yeah, I mean, as you saw in the previous half, not really much came out from the initial hit itself. It was more of the aftermath of the hit that really ended up doing a lot of damage. A lot of the M2s, a lot of scratches from the Charger, the spit just spread out all over the side of the house. That's really what did the good amount of damage to the Survivors on that first hit for Team Serenity. But now it's HCP's turn. It looks like only 2 of them will be coming from the rooftop. And as you mentioned, just a nice spread here on the SI spawns. Looking to come in from a few different areas here to try and just tag one of the Survivors for that spit to work with.
And look at this, we've already got the horde timer counting down to 50 seconds. Here comes the Survivors to the outside. Jockey gonna get M2'd over there. Charger manages to land though. Smoker gonna get shut down, but that's the charge spit on the opening hit right there. Getting a nice amount of damage onto MC, 30 damage overall.
Yeah, that's definitely what they were looking for there. Dropping that health bonus down a nice bit already. And we see Super already looking forward to the tank. I have a feeling he may be the tank just because he did that.
It's all
Reloading.
So we do have a little bit of mumble lag happening. So I will continue talking over here until the mumble comes back to clear quality. When it does come back, I'm sure they'll let me know. But yeah, so Sorara's going to go ahead and take the way up to this corner now.
Reloading.
Yeah, and Sorara's going and taking that witch, going to go ahead and shut down there. So good job by Nick taking it for his team. And Nick obviously being played by MC.
Gotta reload.
Yeah, nice job getting that quick crown. Yeah, it looks like we're back and good to go. That not a lot of damage coming in on these few hits right here. I mean, I think Serenity had more damage onto HCP at this point last round. It was pretty similar. Not a whole lot of damage before that tank overall.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're in the pretty much the same state as you mentioned. That Salty actually sitting at 100 HP. So Adane sitting in a pretty good position right now. That Hunter's in a very cheeky spot. I've never seen a Hunter actually up there. And he will go ahead and pass away now, though, as he saw that Nick could probably see him at that angle. But that was actually a pretty interesting spot. I've never seen a Hunter actually go up there.
Yeah, definitely weird. They do have a 2-2 setup right here, which might not be the worst thing in this area. I mean, you can land a boom on somebody who's jumping through the air, maybe. There's good corners to get a pounce and spit in. But still not the greatest. Here comes the boom. Looking for it. Manages to get one in the back. Jockey going for the ones in the back as well. Hunter, so chipped, but manages to land onto Rochelle. That's going to be a pounce spit for just a little bit more damage onto these survivors.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of how much damage they haven't taken up to this point, these spits are still landing with the cappers. And now tank spawning up in the hands of Purple, actually. So this could be a pretty big tank here for Team HCP. I almost said Serenity there, but they already won on their half. So HCP going to let this tank be played out by the hands of Purple. And this, once again, this could be a big tank for them. If this ends up with a wipe, this will give Team HCP a huge lead of over 800 points.
Yeah, definitely would be a good one to get a wipe on. Do we want to go to their war room and see how they played out?
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and kick this right over to an HCP war room for this tank.
Cha-ching.
Indeed. And we are going to keep it here, guys, obviously, on this recording, because we don't have the war rooms. But regardless, we'll see Purple working this tank around this upper area here, now dropping down, climbing his way back up. Not too sure what he wants to do, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. So, I don't know. They do have the tri-cap. Maybe they're thinking this is just going to be the commit. This commit path going out through the left, though, not quite as fancy as the one we saw before. All the SI are set up in the back corner. They're going to be looking for these, like, lined up caps one at a time. They managed to get the pull, but the tank has to take it. Purple down to 1500 HP. These SI not in the greatest positions. They do get a charge. They could do get a pull going in on that, but Thug Life managing to kill off that tank before he can find the corner there.
Indeed, so no end cap coming from that tank. Welcome back, guys, on Dock and Stream to the Caster's Worm. And you guys just listened to an HCP Worm, obviously the tank being played by Purple. And once again, really, the SI weren't all that great once again. They were a little late to the party, and that tank just really wasn't able to really get anything going for him. He got that one smoker assist, obviously from the smoker to help him get that corner onto Nick initially, but not even end cap coming from him.
Yeah, definitely so. And honestly, Serenity have over 800 bonus right now. Single boom going in right there, but that's got to be just a sack for the next choke point. Serenity sitting at a higher bonus after that tank than HCP was for this second map right now. So HCP is going to have to find some way to get a lot of damage in, or it's maybe a miracle wipe on this staircase, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the staircase do some amazing things before, and it looks like they're going to have the setup for it. They don't have that smoker, though, but they have that charger and jockey along with the spitter, so even if they do botch this hit just a little bit, they can still get a nice, good amount of damage. But that's not going a little early here. Charger was completely jockey as well, whiffing at the beginning of that, and Charger and Hunter going to work together to land that pin onto Rochelle. That's going to be a lot of damage out to Miro with the death spit there as well. Miro almost taking in cap himself, but they will be able to make that third story of the building here, but not before Miro loses pretty much all his health bonus.
Yeah, that was, like, I think that was over 50 damage, all concentrated on Demir, which is pretty good for just having a pounce and spit right there. Managing to land anyway. But still a high bonus, 722 right now. as Serenity starts up the elevator choke. Elevator event, rather. 2-2 sped up going in. Spitter just being used to try to spread the survivors a little bit. A little bit of quick caps from that jockey and smoker, and a nice 2-boom on top of it, but that's going to be about it for the hit.
Indeed, so now all the horde is going to be focused onto Ellis and Nick here as that boom landed onto them, but it really won't do that much here. Too high of a caliber, I would say, for the common in this specific area to really amount to anything at all. And yeah, they're going to go ahead and start bringing up those SI for the next hit. It's going to be a Spitter, Charger, Hunter, and a Jockey. So this could be a pretty big hit, especially if they actually go when they're about to make their way into the elevator, which it looks like they might. That Hunter on the ladder, Charger, Spitter spawned, or getting ready to spawn together in that corner up ahead. And the Jockey as well, even looking for a spawn here. They might actually go for this as they make their way into the elevator, and I think Serenity is all too worried about this. They make their way over towards the room. They do actually spend time at Jockey lines aside. Charger grabbing a couple nice punches through the door as well, and that will be a nice amount of damage on the survivors, actually.
Wow, yeah, they didn't manage to get inside that elevator, but with the punches, with the jockey, they managed to tie up the health bonus right now. Both teams have basically the same health bonus for this round. So if they can make a good hit or two in this field area, they may actually be able to take another leading score on this map, HCP.
Yeah, and actually, we saw that health bonus drop down to around 150 points from that massive dog pile in the elevator. That was just something else. Very well played there by HCP. And yeah, so Serenity.
Okay. Dusty going for this DP though. He's winding it up. He's ready to go in. These SI slowly making their way in. Here comes the DP. Gonna almost land onto Ellis. Just barely misses though. Pull charge. Barely missing the mark right there. Unable to get that combo. But they do get the pull onto MC. Get some scratches. Get some spit damage. And HCP officially in the lead after this map as well.
Indeed, so pretty well played by them, but yeah, again, it's not the big wipe that they need. I mean, this is really close for your home server. I mean, you can't expect to play up to this caliber on the away server if you're HCP, unless they have something in their back pocket that's going to make them play a lot better, which there's nothing like that exists, but the grand total scores after 2 maps will be 2,092 to 2,008 in favor of HCP, so they're only up by 84 points?
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Wow, that's a really low differential. But I don't know, maybe HCP is going to perform that well on their way server. Maybe the European ping advantage won't come into play. Kappa no Kappa. But we'll have to see. I mean, they really need to find some way to wipe Serenity on one of these maps. Maybe there will be a tank. All of these tanks have been like really safe, open area tanks so far. Maybe that's just the story of Hard Rain for the most part, especially on Ace Mod, but I don't know. It may come down to a map 4 here. And map 4 with the changes to the distance scoring, right? Like maps 1, 2, and 3, mostly maps 1 and 2 are worth the most points on this, aren't they? Map 3 worth 600 plus 1200 bonus. But then maps 4 and 5 are worth like, what is it, like 400 points each? Distance points?
I think the finale is 6.
Finale 600?
I believe so.
No, the finale is 400. Did they change it?
It's
I could have sworn it was 400. Yeah, 100%. Dawkins knows his Hard Rain losses. I mean, the Hard Rain maps.
I'm so used to
As
being
uncalled
600,
for.
I think. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, as we mentioned earlier in the cast, Team HCP and Serenity have both been playing a lot of this map in the past week. I mean, this was obviously chosen right after the finals of the last map, and both teams knew for pretty much a week exactly that, you know, the next map is Hard Rain, so they just immediately went ham on it. They just took it to town, or went to town on, I should say, and they practiced a lot. And I mean, I saw HCP over on European servers, Russian servers, and then same for Serenity. I saw them on North American servers, East Coast, you know, middle of the playing field, Dallas, Chicago. So both teams definitely practiced for the ping game. And it's really just going to be a matter of which team can really open up that distance, because there's no gap right now. It might as well be just, you know, a clean slate. We're starting the game from map 3, because there's not a difference at all between these two teams.
Yeah, which is, I feel like that's more worrying for HCP, because HCP is, they've got a lot of star players on there, right? Like Dusty's such high caliber survivor play, and when he sees that his team's not performing on Infected, it's not like he can just play that much better on Survivor to make up for it, right? We still need the Infected half of that equation, and we'll We'll have to see, though. This tank is going to be at 59%, which is another pretty open area for hard rain. Probably going to be the open area after the sugar mill.
Indeed, yeah, and yeah, I mean, the teams could elect to go ahead and back it up to the second story of the sugar mill, but, you know, a lot of teams nowadays seem to like to play it out on the open with the lack of water slowdown. It really helps the survivors just kind of juke out the SI along with the tank, and now we'll see the SI start making the way towards the survivors, but it looks like they're at a bit of a standstill right now. Hunter, Charger, Jockey, and a Spitter up for the SI, and yeah, they're just kind of playing it slow right now, trying to get some early chip on these SI to make the shutdown a little easier.
Yeah, did manage to find some chip on the Charger, but there's the Jockey, managing to land that cap. Double charge, going out right now, putting the spit onto that Charger as well. That's a full pound from the Charger, as well as the double charge. And a pause coming out immediately from Serenity right afterwards, but wow, that was a great hit. Managing to surprise the survivors completely with that Jockey. Great follow-up with the Charger as well.
Definitely. Really well played there by Team Serenity. Once again, pushing out a lot of damage out into Dusty with that 1 pound and then the spit. And you see Team HCP checking out the health that is on them right now, trying to look at the numbers, see what they can do here, and you know, hopefully also keep it up for when that tank does commit here. But it looks like Thug Life has actually timed out now, so we'll be waiting here for him to actually reconnect to the server so we can actually begin this yet again. Or they might be subbing him out. Maybe Hota just came home and he's like, hey, I want to play.
Yeah, maybe he does have a 0 score for this round so far, so none of his SI doing anything quite yet. Could be the sub out, as you said.
It could have been the Hunter, maybe? Did he get skeeted, or did he just pounce and then get stuck or something?
I think he probably got skeeted. I wasn't paying attention. There was too many damages happening on the front lines.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think the Hunter landed. Oh no, was it even a Hunter? Or was it Jockey? Was it Jockey, Spitter, Charger?
Yeah, and Hunter.
And Hunter. Okay. Yeah, so that.
Yeah.
I only counted 3 SI there, and then I was like, wait, I only counted 3.
The only 3 of them did any damage, so
yeah,
understandable.
I don't think the Hunter landed. I know the Jockey, Charger, Spitter landed, obviously.
Yes.
Hunter, I don't think landed, but we'll see what happened.
I think he got skeeted in the back by Dusty. No, Dusty got wrecked by the Charger. Somebody skeeted him in the back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, somebody with the shotgun.
Can we get an instant replay on that hit? Yeah, somebody with the shotgun on HCP, aka any of them. And all of them.
Yeah,
it's probably why the rest of the hit landed, because they skeeted the Hunter.
Could have been a Uzi skeet, you don't know. 2 shots to the head.
I don't know. We'll have to see if HCP ever picks up an Uzi this entire round. I don't think they don't have one right now, do they? Or is there one on Rochelle, maybe?
I can't really see. I don't think there's any Uzis though. I think I heard all shotguns.
Yeah, we'd probably notice the jarring sound and be like, oh, suddenly they have an Uzi. And Serenity, I don't think they ran at least an Uzi during tank. I didn't catch what they ran after tank fight, and we are going live once again. Thug Life has come back in from Dust Netherlands.
Indeed, so it wasn't a sub out, it was just him having a little bit of a crash happening to his game, which, let's be honest, Left 4 Dead 2 is pretty well known for, just crashing out of nowhere. Oh yeah.
It is one of its highlights, particularly on custom maps. When SI are spawning, it's a good time to crash.
Yes,
and
that happens to me all too often.
Maybe that's what happened to him. No, it's not likely what happened to him. They do have 3-1 setup right here. Will they go for a death charge? It kind of looks like they're opting to go for a staircase hit instead. Death charges on this area, once again, not something that's prone to landing in high-level play, particularly not when you're high ping as well. But we'll have to say they do have a pretty good setup for just any area around these staircases. Jockey, always great. Hunter, Charger can work together to get some spit damage. Is going to be the most likely scenario here. Maybe some separation if they're lucky. But we'll have to see. HCP fine with just taking their time. And there comes the drop. Nice and quick right there. SI are ready to follow up. Jockey doesn't get anything but that charge with the spit. Once again, taking down so much of Bravo's health right there.
That's a really big hit if you're HCP. You got to be feeling that one. Bravo can't be too happy about that, I'm sure. And obviously we'll see Ellis pushing his way towards the Witch right now, looking for it, but while the SI spawns are down, will land it. So that is Dusty taking care of it yet again. 1,920 damage going out to the Witch from his shotgun. And they will make their way quickly to the tank at 59% here. So it should be somewhere in the middle of this broken down building right here.
Indeed, they might kind of go for it kind of quick because the tank is coming up. Jockey actually managing to land the cap. Boomer gonna get popped as he turns into that tank right there. Smoker gonna get a quick pull and a nice skeet onto Miro by Dusty right there. Tank in the hands of Thug Life though. Oh man, the survivors' health counts right now are not looking great for this tank. I mean, imagine they'll survive it, but there's just Dusty has to decide. Oh, did he miss the jump?
He didn't even jump. He just like ran around that edge.
You can try to sort of curve it like that, but I don't know if you can do that while you're already spawned. We'll see if he gets it this time. He gets the jump, manages to go over the backside, trying to avoid the chip by taking this alternate path. Pretty good move to make. Boomer gonna get popped on the other side though. And Dusty not deciding to take his pills quite yet. Happy to just sit there at 32 HP, play the Uzi game, and they do finally have an Uzi on HCP. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 Uzis, I believe. Silenced Uzis. Gonna play this tank in classic European style, I suppose.
This is pretty much 2 full clips from each survivor will be enough to kill off this tank. It's just a matter of obviously the distance and the range of when they start actually firing off those bolts, and the SI obviously. But Hunter making his way and does manage to land on one survivor. Smoker and pull as well. Charger looking for a charge further away, not gonna land though. Rock coming in towards the survivors, gets keyed out of there though, and now Thug Life taking over 1,200 chip for that one rock, which he doesn't even land. Now Stars pushing forward with the SI down completely. They know it. They're gonna start making their way through the sugar mill, I guess you want to call it, and they're gonna send it pretty much in, like he has.
Oh yeah, this is a good call by HCP. This was a good read on Serenity. They saw just the SI going on, not as much effort put on getting the rock or getting the tank to commit or anything like that. So they knew they kind of wanted to just play it out against the bleed that HCP are feeling right now, and they force this tank commit. Here it comes in right now, down to under 3k health, 2k health, and dropping like mad. But there goes the first punch. Pounce is going to land over there. Some decent separation going on. That rock actually going to land. Massive spread of damage right now. Purple going to take one final punch and get jockeyed right there, and HCP make it out of that tank, but at what cost? Still holding on to a 662 bonus, but that was some pretty good damage for what could have, if HCP wasn't bleeding, that could have been a perfectly open area tank for them with much less danger going on, but they were forced to make those moves.
Yeah, I mean, they did the rotation the best that they could have. I think it went pretty damn well for them, all things considered. And they'll find no more sets of pills here in this trailer here, but then maybe they'll find some over in the room to the left side. Looks like Ellis might end up checking. No, he's actually going to just completely bypass the room, not even going to look. And yeah, so they only have 1 set of pills left on them, so it's going to give them a 25% health, or a pill bonus, I should say. But they really only have 1 hit left to take here. Smoking over Paul and Rochelle doesn't find it. Jockey works his way in from the back along with the Hunter. Jockey looking for separation down to Ellis. We'll find it in the side room. Hunter lands for a brief second there under Rochelle. That Jockey's still riding Ellis though in that side room. And that once again is the damage bonus of the survivors, and that's going to take it down quite harshly.
Reloading.
Actually, I think that dropped it around 100.
Wow. Still a 572 bonus getting this safe room though. Definitely good to have. I mean, they're hitting over 40% bonus every map, which is solid performance. But now pressure's on once again. HCP needs to perform on this infected half.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to what we mentioned during the first map yet again. Serenity, just the brick wall that is them is no longer their SI. It's literally their survivor, and they're just able to keep these scores close no matter what. Like, even if they aren't doing magnificently well on the SI, they are still really just blowing them out of the water, all things considered, on the survivor halves. They're keeping it close on the away server, and that's all they need. Like, they are literally playing this game, like, to the technical point of it.
Indeed they are. Looks like HCP actually looking for an early hit right here, at least with some of these spawns. Hunter pouncing around, finally finding that cap. Jockey as well. Look at these punches from the Charger on top of that with the spit, and a great sack order as well. That's a great amount of damage on that opening hit. Catching Serenity by surprise.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Dropping the health bonus 100 points already just from that one hit. but that will obviously mean that they pretty much forfeit this field hit. The other team, Team Serenity, is going to be able to pretty much make their way into the elevator here before all the spawns even come up for HCP. They may be able to get a few sacks off here, though, and looks like they will do just that. Kill off the Smoker. Jockey's pretty hurt, though. It looks like it's going for a despawn, though. But they're not going to be able to really get anything here with this hit for the elevator top. And, you know, who knows? They may not even get that charger. But Boomerline's out there onto a shell. That Boomer going to walk his way over towards the Survivor Zone. That later grabs another double boom through the actual little side there. And, yeah, so that wasn't actually too bad at all. Going to pull in some more here and slow them down.
Indeed, they shall. They do have the spitter up for this hit. Hunter Jockey, if they get the charger, then it's going to be like the exact same setup we saw from Serenity, and they do have it. We'll see if they go for a similar looking hit. Trying to hit them as they drop over here. It looks like the SI content to set up on 3rd floor though. No, dropping down. Ooh. It's always interesting to see, I feel like, where teams decide to set up for this hit right here. Because, I mean, the pug meta, if you go in and play a pug, you're going to see Death Charge is like the only thing you go for in this area. But these staircase hits are really what's necessary a lot of the time in high-level play. And here comes the hit. Survivors dropping down. Nice skeet onto that Hunter. But the Jockey getting great separation right there. Miro taking a fair amount of damage from that Jockey getting dropped off the side.
Indeed, so Miro going to be dropped down into the yellow there. Yet again, another 200 actually taken off of the health bonus there for Team Serenity. HCP is doing a lot of work thus far. The Witch does get killed off, though, by MC. So she's out of the way. Tank will spawn up right here at the kind of wheel thing up ahead there. There we go, with the tank up. And it's going to be played by Supra. And we'll see Serenity quickly fall the way back, or fall back, I should say, to the open area right behind them.
Indeed, they shall. Are we seeing quad Uzis again? We do have one shotgun still on MC at least. Pole going to be taken down pretty quickly there in the back. But Tank getting that rotation a lot quicker than we saw Thug Life do in the previous round. Survivors pushed up though, looking for that chip really hard. Miro goes ahead and pops his pills just so he can make the move to try to chip that tank. Ooh. Whoa, double boom going out right there. That's going to be the rotation for this tank. I assume may even be a rock hit. Or if Supra is crazy enough, it's a commit. And he may just be that level of insane right now. There goes the Jockey. Nice cap right there. It's going to get cleared. He finds a punch onto MC. This should be a corner. He is slow. And Supra, oh, missing the punch right there. Down to 1,300 health. MC managed to pop pills in the middle of that. They are finally going to get the end cap. SI is still flying around in the backside charger. Managed to miss the charge, but gets a punch there onto one of the Survivors. Tank getting out on top, getting away with 22 HP as they go for this pickup. Hunter going to be skeeted out of the air, but the pole goes in. There's just chaos being laid over and over again on these Survivors.
That pistol from MC could actually be what kills this tank here. Rock coming out now, looking for Coach. Doesn't find it, though. But this tank, only 22 HP, gets killed mid-air by the pistol. Really well played there by that tank. And, I mean, even the Survivors, that was a nice shot there by that down Survivor with the pistol and whatnot. But regardless, Boomer now landing another Boomer here out on the Nick. That will also end up dropping the health bonus down to around 100 below where HCP finished the round with. So we'll see a 473 health bonus for them post-tank. And it looks like HCP starting to open up a little bit of gap here, but yet again, in my opinion, they need wipes to start happening here to open up a significant gap that actually means something.
Yeah, I feel like we saw their SI get a little bit warmed up on this map, making some pretty good hits and pretty good plays during that tank fight. And here comes the next hit. Right now, Jockey going to get skeeted off in the front. Hunter finally managed to land the cap. Spit going in on top of that might actually be some damage, and they get the charge as well off to the side. So chip away is the name of the game. That's another 70 points off the bonus at this point.
Little bits of chip here and there, as you mentioned. No pills left on them either, and I don't think they'll find any. So they're going to actually have Thug Life. No, they actually do find one. I lied. So there was actually one in that side house.
And there goes Single Boom in the backside. Not a lot of other SI ready to hit on that quite yet. I wonder if they'll wait for a final SI before taking this next set. Looks like they're not going to. Here comes the quick pull. Not going to find anything. Hunter getting skeeted. Once again, I don't think we've seen a Hunter land in quite a few hits.
Yeah, I mean, we still see them working 3 Uzis, 1 shotgun, only shotgun on top of Nick. And this will literally be the last hit as well. And Dawkins pointing out 100 did actually land last hit.
True.
He's calling you out.
Did it? I thought it was skeeted. 2 hits ago. There you go. Yeah.
But anyway, Stars quickly making their way towards the save from the outside. Not going to be able to make it in. They played the baiting game, and unfortunately, they lost the end result of that. But regardless, Team Serenity walking to the safe with a full 3,000 total score to the 32-64 of Team HCP. So 264 points will be the difference heading into Map 4. And that's really close.
Man. That is insanely close, and as we mentioned previously, like that's the 3 highest score capability maps of this campaign out of the way already. So they can get a wipe and they can make safe room on these maps, but they have to have insanely high health bonus to really make it any sort of a gap on these maps. I mean, and once again, these are probably the 2 maps that are the easiest to achieve wipes on. So it's sort of a double-edged sword there. Like on the one side, they're more likely to get the wipes over here, but they're less likely to make a significant score difference on this map because of it. The distance, yeah, this is a 400 distance point map. Once again, so max bonus possibility is 800 as opposed to the previous map was 1400 or something like that. I think was the max, or maybe 1200.
Yeah, 1200 health points. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an extra 50% that the previous map is worth over this one. But nonetheless, gonna have to make it through it, play it out, find out what happens. HCP running some Uzis this time out of this opening save room. Tank isn't until 50% of the way through, but it looks like they're happy to go with the 2-2 setup right from the get-go.
Is it bad that I want to hear HCP's worm right now? Because Brower just shot Dusty in the back of the head with the Uzi.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, the health was dropped too. But anyway, Charger working his way in here, gonna completely whiff and gets mowed down as well. Spit, Smoke, the unlikely combo working together to bring Bravo down around 30 plus HP. That was actually really unorthodox, but it worked out very well for them. So they'll be able to make their way up to the Witch here, who will be at the corner. The little piece of dry land up ahead here will be what houses her. And we see 2 Stars making their way in towards her, and they will go ahead and take her. Dusty ends up getting the shot on her. 1,760 damage for that crown. And Tank now coming up in the hands of MC. And this map, I mean, it could still be a swing map. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah, definitely so. It's funny to see. I mean, tanks are obviously so key in this game, but the witches are just been almost irrelevant in this match. Only one witch actually had SI set up to play on her. Kind of interesting to see how they turn out in this level of play, but that 2-boom did land in the back. Tank working in lots of cars right now. He did bring that extra alarm car from the front, so he's got 4 cars in this area. Finally hitting that alarm car away. We'll have to see what he can make happen with this. SI getting their spawns once again. They have a jockey, they have a smoker, they have a boomer. All pretty good in this area. And wow, that actually the hatchback's been hit out of the way. This isn't the greatest positioning for him, but they do get a 2-boom. He might want to commit off this. There's a bunch of cars flying across. Not managing to hit anyone, but he's got cars on every side of the roof right now, including the top of it.
Yeah, the top roof is a little in a bit of a bad position, though, but there's a nice smoke falling. Else does get cleared off by Shell, though. And Zara's back in the way towards the area where there is no car right now. And this tank is absolutely melting. 1 punch on the Nick, though, and he's not able to find anything else. Down to at the 1100 HP. Nick now going to get cornered up here. 1 more punch will be enough to incap him, but he wants more damage. Get the punch on the coach. Turns around, gets killed off, though. But that will be around 4 or 5 punches landing on the survivors. Hunter now coming in last second, latches onto her shell. But that will be all she wrote for that tank. But the damage spread wasn't bad by any means.
Yeah, definitely not. I think the residual boomer horde there from that 2-boom they got as the tank committed really led to them not being able to kill the tank as quickly as they'd hoped. And some of those long arms from the high ping maybe coming into play there. He got great punch after punch after punch, keeping the survivors from being able to shoot him as he made that commit. So overall, not too bad from Serenity. Not the wipe, but it is their away server. What can you expect? Jockey going in solo right there, though, and getting shut down. Not quite sure what that's about.
Maybe they were trying to see if he could initiate, and if he did land actually something that would go on it, but obviously nothing coming from it. Smoker missing that pole at the corner. Charger getting railed down as he looks for something but can find nothing. Charger down to 246 HP. We'll go ahead and despawn, and the survivors looking to try and make this a one last hit round here for them. And actually, this is some separation they have to fix. Okay,
yeah, possibly so. There we go. Getting everyone on the rooftop right here. I have to wonder if I mean, that hit was incredibly sloppy by Serenity. I wonder if they're a little shaken by that tank not wiping, but there's a nice boom. There's a nice pull, but nice quick clear on that pull. Charger, once again, gonna get nothing. No setup for him on this hit. Spitter going for the solo plays, though. That was actually a fair amount of damage from that. I think it just put Bravo slow.
Yeah, I think I just did like 40 damage, like free spit, because all the stars just dropped through the window at the same time. Smoker's now spawning with the back. Charger coming in for the punches, lands 1 punch, 2 punch, looks for a charge, but gets meeten by the crowbar of, I believe that was Super. And Hunter grabs 1 scratch on Nick there, puts him back down to slow. He's going to have to pop a set pills. And yeah, I mean, that was actually a pretty nice rear end hit there. And that's going to knock down another 40 health bonus.
Yeah, you called it. Rear end hits, one of the specialties here in hashtag Kissme blocks. Never mind. Anyway, sorry about that. Not sorry. No, but yeah, that was a really interesting round. HCP making it to the safe room. Serenity going for like the like solo, the free spit play is such a like ace mod strat. That's something that the tick spits a lot quicker. Like if you play vanilla or play pro mod even, and you spit on someone, a few of those first like ticks of damage don't actually do any damage. But in ace mod, they go ahead and do like 2 damage almost instantly. 2 damage ticks over and over again. So some of those free spits can do a lot of damage, especially in a closed area like that. And Serenity playing it up on those last couple hits. We'll have to see though, all the pressure is on now for HCP's last tank. I believe it's a Dusty tank, isn't it?
We had
Bravo map 1, Purple and Super were maps 2 and 3, I think. So Dusty tank map 4. Let's see what he can accomplish.
It is going to be quite the tank here for Dusty. I mean, he's no slouch with his tanks, and it looks like Serenity is all lining up at the door, ready to jump out over the fence. It seems indeed they're going to do just that. 2 of them make their way out, 2 of them staying inside. There's a nice smoke. There's a double cap, double charge with the jockey land on MC in the air. Spit goes on top of Rochelle, and that's going to be a lot of damage on the Miro and MC. Not the greatest strat, obviously, with the outcomes that we just saw from it.
Yeah, wow. HCP doing a good job to punish that separation strat. That 2-2 strat that Serenity just went for. That's, yeah, 80 damage right off the bat. Here comes the draw crown. Ooh, that looked incredibly close. She was going to the side and swinging. Another X to the bingo, says Miro. Oh yeah, I believe that was on the bingo sheet for this. It's like, no, it's Miro taking a ton of damage on the first hit. Or something like that. I believe
the whole
so.
thing. Someone will confirm in chat.
Yeah, I'm sure chat's crossing them off as we go.
I already said detrimental, so I got that out of the way.
And here we go. Oh, hit going in. Nice 2-cap in the back right now. There's huge separation onto Serenity at this point. Nick, almost getting taken off the ledge. But still, that's another, what, 40 damage or so onto these survivors. And Dusty Tank getting these hittables in. He hasn't touched the hatchback yet. So it's in good position for a free shot if he can manage to get these other cars out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to keep it here for this one, or?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you want to take it to War Room?
I don't know. I really mind. I'll keep it here.
Alright, I wanna see Dusty's tank. I wanna follow the hype. I don't want to jinx it by going into the War Room right now.
Fair enough.
But hatchback has been deployed with no results. All the cars sitting in sort of in the front side right now. He has 1 car in the back. Dusty's tank down to 4,500 HP, making the commit in right now, pushing the survivors off the roof. This is looking really similar to the last time. There's no car available, but look at that 2-cap. Rolling 2-cap actually right now. Hunter not getting cleared, does finally get cleared. Miro is going to stand up with very low health. These survivors are all over the place right now. Dusty managing to find Dan. Whiffing a punch right there, but he gets another one, and ooh, that is the tank. So close to wipe, but tons of damage done nonetheless. Look, Ellis on the other side of the map, completely from the rest of his team.
I mean, if they get the SI spawners up in time, we could definitely see a tri-cap coming out here. We already have 2 cappers up. That's going to be a jockey and a smoker. They have the spit as well to delay this pickup a little bit longer while that 3rd spawn does come up. There's a nice separation jockey under a shell inside the house. The smoker could even land a nice double cap if he can actually find something, but he finds nobody to work on. And they even get a charger, so they had the tri-cap possibility. I mean, I don't blame the jockey. That was still some good damage. This spitter going to go for the delay spit here, I'm sure. And see, indeed does implement it. Dusty gets stuck in the window of the house, dropping down to 40 HP. And,
Dusty, please.
Dusty, how could you? 42
Wow.
HP. He might actually get some. Oh, he almost got a punch.
Reloading. Much obliged. Oh, yeah.
Still, though, that's a lot of damage on the board, and it's going to mean 2 members of Serenity are going to be slow until they find some more pills in this map, which is a possibility. I believe there are more pills to be found on this map, but this gives HCP the possibility to try to get a wipe on them once again. Having slow survivors increases the number of hits that can happen, increases the likeliness they're going to take some damage right here. Boomer going to get popped in the front, though. They did have a 2-2 setup. Looks like they are going to try to use the rest of this. Pound's going to land in the back. That's going to have spit on top of it. Really send Jockey looking to just combo it right there. Ensure that in cap onto MC, and is he going to be black and white? No, that's first in cap for him.
Indeed, both Thug Life and MC are now on their first in cap, so one more will go ahead and actually put them in that black and white range, and Thug Life is currently sitting at 18 HP, so he's getting within scratch range, a couple of scratches here and there, and he'll be on his back yet again. But we'll see what they can make happen here. Serenity going to go ahead and look towards the same strat that we saw HCP do, maybe make their way up on top of the roof and actually skip the bottom floor of that house. Rochelle, thinking about it, ends up actually going back with her team. She's going to go ahead and follow suit.
I'm a reload.
Yeah, really, really closely mirrored with what we saw last round. And he had once again the boom in this exact same spot, getting a 2 boom right there. Pulled to the front, gonna be going out right now. Managed to get the charge. What a crazy place to put that charge in, and the spit actually managed to hit through the wall right there. That's gonna be an end cap onto MC. Second one, he'll be black and white here.
Indeed, Coach actually dropping down into the spit. Salty going to take a little bit of damage there from that death spit. And that was kind of unfortunate, but I guess it still worked out. The Charger, or Smoker Push, is actually nicked down on the forward half of the fence, which I guess once again does work out, because it means the Stars have to go through the entirety of the first floor and not just half of it if you land on the other side of the fence. Regardless, double cap attempt here on the bottom floor. We're not going to find it, though. Smoker cleared instantaneously, along with that Hunter Gang blasted bot through the floor, I should say. And Dusty grabbing that actual solo in cap with his spitter.
Yeah, gotta get those end caps where possible. It does work down the damage bonus, which is still somewhat sizable right now. They've got about 100 points of damage bonus left as they crawl with, what, 3 slow right now? No, they're actually 4 slow at this point. Miro at 36 HP. And they've probably just got one more hit before they save him, unless they can find an end cap off of it. Here comes Jockey, managing to hit that alarm car right now. They got the pull in the front, Charger in the back, managed to get the kill onto MC up there in the front. Just 3 survivors left standing. A lot of horde coming in on these slow and high ping survivors right now. Jockey's gonna have to try to make some moves. He can find a target, looking for a scratch, gonna get a cap instead. Looking for the kill onto Thug Life. 3 HP right now, and he goes down. Just 2 players left. Salty, Dan, he's got to go for that safe room. He can't get the pickup. And this is a 0 score.
Yeah.
Goes down to the commons. That was a 0 score for them by that point anyway, but they managed to stop about 15 points of distance as well. So, first wipe of the game goes to HCP.
Indeed, they have effectively drawn first blood here, I guess you could say, and they will take a grand total lead of around 800 points going into the final map of their home server. Now, even though they did get that first wipe, that really isn't on a make-or-break map where there was a lot of health bonus at risk, to say the least. So they didn't really open up the gap too much. I mean, they opened up around another 500, I would say, in total. So it was a sizable lead, but based off of what was already there, I mean, only 300. I mean, once again, you look at it, yeah, they doubled the gap as it was, but it's not a big enough. It's not a big enough lead. I mean, there's not really much more to say. They really just haven't done much up to this point, and it's just really not amounting to much. I mean, that was definitely a good win for them, but the other 3 maps really didn't have anything.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, it's still, as much as we feel like this isn't like the performance we expect to see from a solid win, it could still be the performance we see from a win. So, I mean, this is the 2 highest tier teams in the game right now. We don't know exactly what we'll see. We do just see MC's Charger going in and getting absolutely nothing. That whiff into the safe room for the hit. 15 damage on the board, mostly from that spit. And the survivors will push towards the opening of the finale. Gonna hit that alarm car so it doesn't trigger on them later, like during a tank or something like that. Pretty standard. And I believe the event will be starting. Did they actually hit it?
Yeah, I believe they did. Yeah, the sign's rotating.
Oh. Good call. Top tier tips. If the sign's on, the event is on.
That means come get your burgers. I want a burger now, actually. But regardless, here comes the attack, though. Smoking the football on the neck, not going to find it. Tongue is broken. Charger spawns on the opposite side of that. I don't even know what to call that. The sign, I guess. Charger whiffs, grabs 1 punch, 2 punch out onto Nick. Bravo eating the damage there from that botched hit. That really shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Yeah, that was a really goofy hit. Could have been shut down with that Charger misplay right there, but getting some damage in nonetheless. And there goes the boom. I mean, when booms land on these finale events, it sort of increases the amount of common that spawn, makes the events take a little bit longer. So even if they're just going for boom solo like that, it's a pretty big boon to the infected team.
Indeed. It does definitely amount to quite a bit of time, as you mentioned. Each and every boom does add around, like, probably I'd say 8 or 9 seconds to the event, which once again does add up in spawn timer hits and whatnot. But we're also no attack coming makes way into though. Hunter and Jockey both getting obliterated though. Charger whiffs it also onto Rochelle. Spit has nothing to work with and just throws herself in there to be killed off. And there will be another attack taken by HCP. This one much cleaner than the last one, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely so. Things looking pretty good for HCP here on the event. I mean, I think we can chalk up that previous set to sort of a fluke mostly, so I think most of it's going to come down to this tank fight. I don't imagine Serenity finding a way to get a lot of damage onto these survivors during the rest of the event. This positioning, it looks like they've practiced it a lot. Looks pretty solid. There goes a pull to the top, getting cleared instantly. 2 cap does land though. Gonna get cleared pretty quickly, but that's not bad damage right there. Nice boomer pop at the end though by Bravo.
Yeah, pretty nice shutdown by him at the very tunnel of that, as you just mentioned. Keeping that boomer away from the rest of that horde. As the tank was also spawning up, so this will allow them to play a little bit more aggressively here. Maybe get some early chip that they may not have been able to get if that boomer did actually land. But it's going to be in the hands of Donne, a.k.a. Salty here for Serenity. And,
what do you think about going to a Survivor War Room for HCP for this one?
I'm all for it. Let's go ahead and kick it right over to an HCP War Room. And, of course, we will be staying right here with you guys over on this VOD, to say the least. But yeah, so Donnie gonna go ahead and make his way over towards the opposite rooftop, looking for a way to climb up top here. He's kind of hiding in the bushes as it stands. But let's see how well he can make this transition without actually taking too much damage.
Yeah, here comes the SI hit. The boomer gonna land right there. Pounce gonna land as well. Charger once again getting mowed down, but the tank gonna take a pretty clean transition off of that. Still hasn't taken a lot more damage since that opening cross. He is down to 40% rage, but he's keeping it steady right now. Managing to find some sight on these survivors, and as I say that, the LOS begins. Survivors back away. The fog gets this tank. He's going to be on second pass.
Indeed, this is going to force this tank to commit. In all honesty, though, if I were the survivors, I would probably look for some early chip here, though. I mean, obviously, you give the SI more time to get their spawns up, and you give them more time to get more damage on you, just because that's how it is. But you get that early chip on the tank, which makes his commitment much more limited on time because he has more damage pushed out into him already. But regardless, he looks for commitment now. He's going to go ahead and hit the car onto Coach here. There's no way he can whiff this. He actually does whiff it onto Coach here. Coach working his way around the car, trying to stay alive out of the range of his car. The tank misses the car yet again. Tank pushes him towards the car. He's going to be landing on top of the car now. Jumps over the car, but it still hits him. Purple takes an end cap. That was almost hardcore parkour.
Yeah, definitely so. Purple doing a nice job with the jukes there. Teams getting the clears on those SI as quickly as they could. But Purple does manage to get in capped right there. Finally, the tank finds it. Overall, though, other than that in cap, not really any damage coming out from that tank.
That was incredible, like, juking there by Purple. I mean, that car control was also a little bit half-assed. Obviously, it would have been better if he crushed and went for the punches, but he was just doing the running punches, trying to make the car land out onto Purple, and eventually did land it. But there's a charge out onto Purple, immediately clear, though, before it even fully landed out onto something in the background. Jockey shut down. Spit has nothing, and this could be another attack completely down for the survivors.
Yeah, that was a really nice shutdown. I like right after that charger got cleared, there's a beautiful team ski onto the Hunter as well. But yeah, I mean, this isn't going to be a super huge bonus with that one end cap going out, but they still have a strong amount in damage bonus and everything else, sitting at 523 right now. If they can just hold out for like 2 more hits and make it to the boat, then they'll be walking in with this bonus. There goes a pull, managing to whiff. Nice skeet onto the Hunter by Dusty, and a pop onto the Boomer as well. Nothing from that.
Indeed, I believe this should be the boat now, and it looks like they're going to have a plus 500 health bonus making the way towards the boat. Obviously, if they can hold on to this is another factor, though, because there might be one last hit making its way up here at the very tail end of this as this boat looks to dock here. at the pier, but looks like there will be a charger.
They are just now getting their spawns. If they can set up quick, they'll have a hit. This boat doesn't come in super quickly. HCP is sitting to the backside, blocking a bunch of spawns in the back over there, though. Looking for chip on that hunter, which is down to about half health. Gonna get skeeted. Charger getting chipped in the bushes as he tries to move in. Jockey gonna get shut down in the back, and that should be it. HCP shutting down once again. One more hit and insult to injury. Even the boomer goes down.
Indeed, so they're going to be able to make it with around a 523 health bonus. We'll wait for the final score, though, to come through on the HUD. And it looks like it will be 520, so I was off by 3, so whatever. But regardless, they do manage to make it their way into the boat, topping off the 5K score for the map. So they will finish the map with a 5,040 total score, grand total score. And then we obviously have Team Serenity now going to go on their half. And they're down by around 1,700. I would say 1,600, just round that up to 3,400.
Yeah, somewhere between 1,600, 1,700. Of course, they were only behind by, what was it, like a few hundred points? 800 points going into this map. And this is a survivable tank by either side. Definitely a little bit harder to do on high ping because you have to worry about hitables. Like, you can't let a cap survive for all that long. I mean, HCP already did a clutch job of clearing purple to try to keep that that car from hitting, and they had to throw practically all of the SI onto purple just to get that car and cap to finally land. And you know, if they weren't able to get those clutch clears from distance, that could have been a lot worse. And with the high pings, that is always a higher possibility. This SI hit super late coming in, though. Here comes the jockey, gonna get cleared in the back. They do manage to get the pounce. Charger gonna get mowed down, but they put the spit on top of it as well. Not a huge amount of damage, but that's at least HCP's getting these cap and spits.
Indeed, so they're going to drop that health bonus around 20 points, I think it was. So not too bad. They're going to go and put them down to an 810 health bonus. And so they're around 290 points from where they finished off with their health bonus on the previous half. So they have to do a bit more damage here. Pretty much one tank in cap and then a couple iffy SI hits. And it should pretty much even it out. Boomer spawns up, grabs a sing boom out onto Rochelle. Not going to be able to arc it onto Elso. Smoker pole goes on Dane in the back. Charger takes that. Going to go ahead and get 1 pound possibly. Indeed, let's get the 1 pound on the Dane. And that will be the end of the hit, though. But once again, Dane taking a pound there from that charge, dropping the health bonus down to a 756. So another 54 points dropped off that health bonus.
Indeed it has, yeah. Getting fairly solid damage from these opening hits so far. Still a long ways to go to really make things happen, but it does look hopeful for HCP then. Still though, I mean, overall we've seen 5 maps made for HCP, 5 out of 5. Serenity's made 3 out of 5, and they're working on their 4th one right now. This is just an incredibly close, survivor-oriented round for both teams. There's a nice jock with spit actually employed on top of it, and a double boom coming in at the tail end.
Yeah, nothing too spectacular there from HP, but it was kind of a weak hit to begin with anyway. Tank has spawned up now, though, but that previous hit did knock off around another, I think it was 27 points something on nature. But Tank now up in the hands of Purple here, and he's not moving, actually. Oh, there we go.
Reloading.
He does finally choose to move, probably just trying to keep things quiet, surprise the survivors a little bit with this position. And here comes the next hit. Nice 2-cap lands, rolling into that charge right there for another 10 damage on top of everything they got. And Purple's made a pretty clean rotation to the side. High frustration right now, not getting sight, but he does have 5,800 health at this point. Serenity rotating to get that hard LOS. And this might be another quick commit here, Kissme.
Indeed, I mean, if he lets this next hit go in and he doesn't go in with it, it's definitely going to be forced in before the next round comes up after that. But regardless, he is keeping somewhat of a clean SI line here. Single boom does go into Rochelle, and if anything, I would say commit that. And yeah, he's going to go ahead and make his right in towards Rochelle here, trying to push her back towards the cars, but she will just hop back up on the rooftop, so not really going to go for her in the end. Now turns the focus over Dane, makes his way back towards Rochelle, now hits it back towards the car. This goes way over it, though. Hits the car up on the rooftop towards Nick, not going to find the connection, though. And he's looking for some sort of in-cap with one of these hitables. Going to go ahead and whip it towards the survivor. Does not find it. He actually does find Thug Life. One punch out, no coach. He could get another hit here if he lands it. He doesn't get the punch off, though.
Wow, that was really Oh, there's a pull out onto Salty, gonna get some good damage right there at the end, but that was a really scattered sort of a tank fight for HCP right there. It was pretty good getting that initial punch onto Rochelle, but as that jockey went in, the tank just wasn't ready to get the car follow-up on it. Getting that almost, I'd almost have to say a lucky car. It was pretty much a super fast snipe. I don't think Thug Life could have avoided that, even if he saw it coming. But, yeah, they get good damage, though. HCP is up by about 100 points right now. 420 bonus from Team Serenity.
Plays it.
Plays it?
Plays it.
Indeed, but they still have the rest of. They still have a few more hits. Jockey gonna land over there. Charger getting nothing, and this is probably gonna be about all we'll see for this map then.
Yeah, I mean, there might be one last second ditch effort hit here with this next hit as they try to make something happen here. I mean, the Helpless right now, they have basically won this map yet again. They're up around 112? Oh, no, 122 points. Yes, 122 points on Team Serenity as the health bonus is stand right now. So they've won this finale as well. So they will go up by a little bit more at least at the end when all is said and done. But regardless here, they do go ahead and throw the next hit. And Spitter whiffs on top of that pounce that did land on to Rochelle, I believe that was. Boomer finds a boom out to Coach. And once again, you see how these booms draw out the horde. Like, they got basically a full another hit where the boat should have actually came with the previous hit. But they landed that tri boom.
Yeah, definitely. So that was kind of a weird hit once again. I mean, it was only a 2-2, but the pounce just went for the smoke target directly, and the spit was nowhere on top of that to capitalize. But we'll have to see. Last second hit going to be coming in here. They have Charger, they have Hunter, they have Spitter. And the last one not quite going to make it. They're going to have to throw this in with nothing. Spit going in to separate, managing to get a few ticks of damage with that Hunter. But nothing major. Last second Smoker. Ooh, actually manages to pull for a couple damage onto MC. But Survivor's going to be making it in. That's your first game of the Grand Finals. 374 bonus for Team Serenity. So final score is going to be tallied up for the US server. Healthcare Professionals sitting at 5,040 points, and Team Serenity going to finish it up with 4,158.
Indeed, so we see around a little bit less than 900 points in favor of Team HCP, and we will go ahead and quickly make our way into the next server here. I mean, based on that first performance, HCP, I think, is going to have a really rough time keeping things close. Obviously, the pings are going to be swung the opposite way, and I just think it's going to be really rough for them to obviously keep the score close here in this away game, especially against the impeccable Survivor play that we've seen from Serenity so far.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, the pressure is on for both of these teams to perform right now, though. I mean, that was 4 maps made for Serenity, 5 maps made for HCP. But assuming HCP can perform nearly as well as Survivor on the away server, that means that, I mean, Serenity still can't miss a beat. They can't drop, they can't get wiped in any of these rounds on their home server. They don't have that much leeway in this game whatsoever. So, wow, within 900 points on this finals. We'll have to see.
Indeed. And with that, we will go ahead and take a quick break, guys, as we hop on the next server. Thank you guys very much for tuning in thus far. You guys are watching the Bleed Out Tournament Grand Finals. Team Serenity a little bit behind HCP, but we are heading into that second game. So we'll be back in a little bit, guys. Stay tuned.